Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Real Positive Girl podcast with me, Sabrina. This is the show that'll help you become your best self. And today we are talking about how to accept yourself, self-acceptance, and being okay with who you are. But before we jump into that, as always, I want to invite you to come say hi to me on social media. I am at Sabrina Joy Peroza on both TikTok and Instagram. So come say hi, send a DM, follow along. I would love to see you over there. And if you need to know how to spell that, check the show notes below. And also, down in the show notes is a way for you to sign up for the weekly newsletter that comes out every Wednesday evening around 6 or 7 p.m. PST, where I give some kind of behind the scenes of like things that I talk about in therapy and announcements that need to be made and any other like stories that I feel like would be really helpful to you in your everyday life. And I'm trying to make it even better by including other things, maybe things that I really like to buy or use as like mental health resources, like books and stuff like that. So anywho, check that out. Also, down in the show notes is a place for you to submit an anonymous topic suggestion for the podcast, because I think that would be pretty fantastic if you had something you want me to talk about, but you didn't want me to know that it was you. Check it out. Like, go ahead and submit a topic. I'll never know it's you. Also, right now on socials, I'm in the middle of my 31 days of winter wellness. So you can check out socials for videos for that. And if you go to my website, which is sabrinajoy.com, you can read the blogs that go along with every topic that's happening every day. So check all of that out. But let's go ahead and jump into today's episode, which again is called How to Accept Yourself, Self-Acceptance, and Being Okay with Who You Are. So isn't it amazing how easily we will accept other people's flaws and problems and issues and everything that they're struggling with and they're dealing with, and that they will fight tooth and nail every single day, even without explanation. We don't need them to break down the dirty details of why they're struggling with something or what's going on at all whatsoever. And we are so hypercritical of ours. We are hypercritical, right? Don't tell me that you're not. You're we were absolutely not. Do not accept who you are because it's unreasonable and unacceptable. Sorry. And that's the way that we think about ourselves. That's the way we believe about ourselves. It really sucks. We lack the ability to give ourselves grace or any slack at all because we have to deal with all of this crap in these things that we classify as unreasonable on the regular. And that can just feel like too much. We're just no, we can't give ourselves a break. Why would we do that? Why would we do that for ourselves when we do it for other people? Or we think, oh, wow, no, I've given all my breaks to other people, so I am not going to extend any to myself, which is just such a shame and a bummer and a disappointment, right? I'm even saying that to myself, because I do personally struggle with self-acceptance sometimes and how I'm different and how I choose to do things different, especially from the people directly in my family or friends that I know. And it kind of feels awkward. And I make up all of these stories in my head about how man, must be some crazy person and I need to reel it in, when really I am where I need to be, just as you are where you need to be right now, because where you are right now could be drastically different from yesterday and completely different and opposite from tomorrow. And that's great because that's just how life is. It's, we're walking into different seasons all the time. We're living different lives and learning and growing and going through different things, then we can't have this expectation that we're always going to be the same person forever. No, that's ludicrous. We need to understand that we'll change and grow and shift into different people all of the time, and we should welcome that. And self-acceptance is so incredibly important to our confidence and our belief in being able to do something, be able to step out of our comfort zone and be like, I can do this thing, right? We have to have self-acceptance to do that. And how well we take care of ourselves and put ourselves first, which is very important. I talk about that often. And a lot of times people that are perfectionists or people pleasers will struggle with putting themselves first because everything else has to work out first. And then you second, which is the problem. You need to work out yourself first and do everything that needs to happen. And then worry about everything next, because you can't do your best work if you haven't taken the time to take care of yourself. You know what I mean? But yeah, so we need that self-acceptance for, our confidence and being able to take care of ourselves. And, it's way more important than you think. It's way more important than you think to have self-acceptance, which is why I knew I had to talk about it, because we are missing out, right? I was trying to come up with a topic and my husband gave me an idea and I was like, that's a cool idea. And then immediately my mind shifted to something else, to this topic. And I was like, wait, no, this topic is way more important right now. It's not to say that I won't go back to his topic ever, and I won't share it with you yet because it might be a surprise. But self-acceptance, we need that, right? We are missing out on the opportunity to treat ourselves with the same love and acceptance that we give to other people, which is a darn shame. And let's not forget about the forgiveness and ability to not care when a mistake is made or something isn't achieved as quickly as anticipated. We are just literally giving everyone else everything and giving ourselves nothing. Absolutely nothing. We are truly missing out on this opportunity we afford to others all the time, all of the time, because we're so caring and flexible and understanding. And, it needs to stop. It needs to stop only happening for other people and needs to also be happening for us. We need to treat ourselves the same, if not a little better than others, because we need to be the best that we can be to keep helping others, right? We can't do our best unless we take care of ourselves to be our best for that day. And so, yeah, we can't be our best at helping others and be so forgiving and accepting of their flaws and their issues and everything that they're going through if we don't take care of ourselves. We will be even better. We'll be even better at accepting others if we are more accepting of ourselves, right? And that's the main point that I want you to remember. We will be more accepting of other people if we are more accepting of ourselves. So here are 5 quick tips for you on how to be more self-accepting of yourself and secure in who you are right now. I think this is all going to help you. And before I jump in, as always, just a reminder that the advice and tips I'm about to give you is based on my own research and knowledge and my own experience and the experiences of others that I am able to share. And if you feel like the tips I'm about to give you will not align with what you think will be helpful in regards to becoming more self-accepting, I encourage you to seek out a counselor or therapist to help you figure out what would align better and have that one-on-one time to really figure it out. If you don't want to do that, I can suggest that you go to our best friend Google and type in how to become more self-accepting, and you will find tips and articles and things for you to review and see if those things are better for you. Okay, again, 5 tips on how to be more self-accepting and secure in who you are right now. Let's highlight the words right now, because again, it could change tomorrow and the next day and the next day. Okay, going forward. Number 1, honor where you are right now. Honor where you are right now. This one is number 1 on purpose. You need to start with this one. I don't care the order really about the other ones, but you got to start with this one. It's just the same as most things where I'm asking you and telling you that you should honor and accept your emotions. It's the same with this. You need to honor where you are right now. And I don't mean in a big thought ideal, where you are right now, right now, today. Okay. I'm recording this on Sunday, December 11th. Where are you right now? Where are you right now? December 11th, 2022. Where are you right now? How are you feeling right now? Is today a crappy day? Have you accomplished your goals today? Not a week from now, not in your mind when you hit your goals a month from now. No, today. You need to accept who you are today. And you have to do that every single day because, again, we are changing every single day. This is the most important thing of self-acceptance. And, it's all based on right now and not getting caught up where you will be or where you are. But where you are, in this moment, this one right now is what matters and was actually real. And to add on to this, I want you to know that you are enough right now. You might want to be like, oh, who I am in theory, in idea, you know, um, adding together all of the days and weeks in the last like whatever time period. No. Who are you today? Was today like the day that you were so mean to someone? And that's just who you are today. You have to still be accepting of who you are because that's who you are today, right now. And the more that you can accept that and honor that, the easier to be free to continually accept yourself and to understand what might need to change in the future. Okay. So, number one, honor where you are right now. Number two, no one is the model of how to be. No one is the model of how to be. People might tell you like what to do or who you are is like not normal. They'll be like, oh my gosh, you're so different. Or wow, that like, you might be like, oh, this is the job I do. And they're like, wow, that's not normal. And they will just like label you and categorize like who they think you and believe you are. But what is normal? Like, what would you actually classify as normal? Because, normal varies from like person to person, family to family, right? Upbringing to upbringing and country to country, right? So it's like this whole soup kind of ideal that's made from like who you are and your experiences growing up and all these things. Like, because it could be normal. It was normal for me growing up to put ketchup on my rice. Yeah, ketchup on my rice. And maybe that doesn't seem weird to you, but I would literally eat a bowl of rice with ketchup on it. Now, number one, we didn't have a lot of money. First part of my childhood. But even after that, it was just such a thing that stuck in me that even sometimes now I will do that. Not like a big bowl of rice though, but I'll have rice and I will put some ketchup on it because it's just how I was raised and that was normal for me. Okay. And that probably is not normal for you, right? Just as eating something else that I have never even eaten in my entire life is probably normal to you. And it's not normal to me, right? It's just so different. There is no quote unquote normal. We're all normal in our own ways, and it's not even a necessary term anymore. We are all just being who we believe we should be and who we were raised to be and who we were brought up as, and hopefully trying to become our best selves every single day. That should be our goal. So I think it's important for you to realize that we all, including myself, of course, need to celebrate the fact that you are different from other people and how that makes you special and sets you apart in a good way, because being different is such a gift. I can honestly tell you that growing up, I did not believe that. I thought it was like a curse and something that was out to get me. Luckily, as a adult, I finally realized that's not the truth. But we do need to celebrate the fact that we are different because it does make us special and it makes us amazing and have different opportunities from other people. Or than other people rather. And being the same is boring. It's so boring, right? You might think you have a lot of things in common with people. You can complain about the same things, feel like you're on the same page, but if that's all that you're doing, it's so boring. It's just like as if you're only eating vanilla ice cream for the rest of your life. Wow. We need to shake it up, right? So being the same is boring. And it's not how we were meant to be, to all be the same. The diversity that we have is like what helps us come together and to help and support each other. It's like the ideal version of a utopia where we're all created differently because we come together to fulfill other people's needs and helps and wants and desires and how ways to like learn and grow and change. Because we're all different, we can all bring different things to the table. We're not all the same, meaning we all have the same skills and we all have the same flaws, then how is someone going to teach us how to strengthen our flaws if we're all the same? I just don't see it happening. So, no one is the model of how to be how you are meant to be, which will help you to be more accepting of who you are. Number 3, I tried to make this into a rhyme and it doesn't really, like it rhymes, but it's not. And I just kind of give up because I was like, okay, this is just not going to work out. And even if it did work out, it's still a cheesy rhyme. But number 3, minimize criticizing. I really wanted to write like minimizing criticizing Could have done that, or minimize, criticize, whatever. I kind of like spared you a little bit, tiny bit, not much. But minimize criticizing. So positive self-talk is what you need, which is something I spoke a lot about recently on socials because it was part of my 31 days of winter wellness, because positive self-talk is supreme in what we need every day. You need to like pour more positivity back into yourself and not continually nitpick everything you're doing. Again, pour more positivity or even neutrality back into yourself and not continually nitpick everything you're doing. Because ask yourself, like truly ask yourself this question, maybe out loud. Do you really think adjusting this one thing that you're nitpicking, that probably no one else will notice, is really going to change anything? Is it really going to change anything? Be honest. Don't lie to yourself. Second question, do you also think that being miserable and never being happy with how you're doing because you have unreasonable expectations is going to help you? Do you think so? I think it's more likely that you'll give up, right? You'll criticize yourself into the ground. You'll have all these unreasonable expectations that will be very difficult to fulfill. And then you'll just give up because you're unhappy and you're miserable and it just seems all for nothing. And then it would have been all for nothing, right? Kind of, because you just give up. So it's important to minimize your criticizing of yourself, right? Constructive criticism, that's one thing, but if you are continually coming down at yourself and really, really leaning into being mean, it's not going to help. It's not going to change anything that's happened. It might set you up for being aware of what could happen in the future, but you could still do that a better way by just reflecting on what happened that didn't go right or whatever, and then, tucking that information away for the future. So minimize criticizing. Number 4, have boundaries with others that like to criticize you. So it will be really difficult to accept yourself if you are constantly being bombarded with people trying to tear you down. If you continually have people that are trying to say mean things, question what you're doing, tell you you're doing the wrong thing, it's going to be difficult. So you have to have boundaries of being like, if they're going to start in on that, then you tell them, no, thank you. I don't think so. If it's not constructive, then I don't think I need to hear it. And that's then, why do you feel like you need to share it? How is it going to benefit you to share your judgment and opinion with me? I would love, you know what? I'm going to start asking people that, because I know that some, and I think you should too. I've never really thought about it before until I wrote this episode, but we should be like, no, why do you feel the need to tell me your judgment and opinion? How is it bettering you? How is it bettering me? And they might say like, well, it's bettering you because I'm telling you what you should do, and as opposed to what you're doing now. And it's like, okay, but how does that better you? And they'll probably say something like, maybe they might say something like, oh, well, it makes me feel good to help other people. And it's like, are you really helping, or do you really have like malicious negative intent on this? Do you feel better about yourself because you told me this thing that might cause me to feel lower about myself, less about myself, worse about myself? Man, people can suck sometimes. But we got to be aware. So have those boundaries up to be like, no, I'm good. Because again, it's one thing to receive constructive criticism, but another to have people sharing negative things about you on the regular. This is also while they are, not offering any ideas on how to like problem solve those things and issues that you are dealing with and going through. and making it seem like they have no problems, right? They're totally just like faking like, oh my gosh, you need to solve all your problems, but I don't have any problems because I'm amazing, which is a lie. It's all a lie. They have problems. We all have problems, whether we want to admit it or not. Yes, our problems may not be as big as someone else's, but we all have problemas. We all have problems. We do. So they have problems, most likely bigger problems because they're projecting their insecurities onto you. You know the deal. So just be aware. But have boundaries with others that like to criticize you so you're not allowing all of that negativity to wash over you on the regular. Just be like, hey, it's not helpful. If you really think I need it, send me an email. And that way, if you do want to read it, you can. If you don't have to. If they will not get off your back about wanting to share. Maybe they'll just blurt it out at you. That's so annoying. People just like to feel like they know what's right all the time. Ugh. People need to get over themselves. But if that happens, you can just be like, okay, and just walk away and be like, and they'll be like, why are you walking away? We don't approve, blah, blah. I'm just trying to help. Like, no, I told you I did not want to hear it. It's not going to be helpful to me. You have no business doing it because it doesn't concern you and it's not hurting you. So move it right along. I'm moving it right along right now. So anyway, there's that. There's number 4. Have boundaries with others that like to criticize you. Number 5, the last one I have for this list is spend time with people that accept you. Spend time with people that accept you. Of course, it's a classic one, but it's a good reminder that the people we hang out with are the people that we can become. Birds of a feather flock together. So we need to be spending time with people that actually accept us, that actually, exhibit the behavior and the mindsets that we feel are what we want to exhibit or something similar to what we have and are doing. And people that we can grow from, people that have different viewpoints, people that are even higher and at this season of life where we would love to be someday, and we can use them as a mentor, someone to look up to, someone that will be helpful in our personal growth. So spend time with people that accept you, but also stop trying to impress anyone that doesn't like who you are right now. It's not worth it. It's 110% not worth it. You might think it's worth it in the moment because you get this, that, and the other kind of perks. No, it's not worth it. And we all should be thinking for the long run for certain things. The long run could be like the next 7 days though, yo. So think about that. But it's not worth it. Nor will it benefit you in the long run. You will just eat away. You will just eat away at who you truly are and fall into unhappiness and become dependent on their external validation. Oh, no. We don't want to become dependent on anything. But, except for God. But we don't want to become dependent on anything that people have to offer us, especially their external validation that comes at the price of them not accepting you and wanting you to form you into someone that you are not. It's not a fun way to live. I'm telling you. You know this is true. So find people that like you as you are and understand that sometimes that will change time to time, okay? The people in your life will change because the seasons of life in your life are changing because you are changing. You may not think you are, but you are. And sometimes you grow out of those friendships, those relationships, those people, those jobs, those volunteer opportunities. It's sad, but it happens. And it's easier to understand that people go their separate ways and it's not the end of the world. You want to try to keep in contact with them? Sure. But if not, then don't. And just know that it's just an opportunity to move on, right? So find people just like you. Understand that those people will change from time to time, just like you will grow and learn and shift into becoming your best self every single day. That will look different every single day, which is great. Because if we were just continually growing into the same person forever, how would we learn and grow and become our best selves? Because our best selves is likely someone else the next day. Okay? But that's it. That's all I have to share with you for today's episode of the Real Positive Girl Podcast with me, Sabrina. So thank you so much for listening to all 5 tips on how to accept yourself and really allow self-acceptance to be something that you focus on so that you can become your best self and still be accepting and loving and caring of other people. So thank you so much for downloading, listening, sharing the show. You guys are absolutely amazing. And I hope you come back soon for another episode. But until next time, have a good one. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye.